Hey everyone, this is the Lego City Family House and Electric Car Set. I paid $60 US for this, 60, and it comes with 462 pieces. I did build all of this live with the wonderful community over on my Twitch channel. Highly recommend following over there if you'd like to be a part of that community and see some chill Lego building as well as custom stuff and a little bit of other related things like Gundam building, other plastic models, and maybe occasionally a little bit of gaming, but mostly just building stuff. This is a 2-story unit in total, and it does use the modular system that's based on 8x8 and mostly 8x16 little rectangles and modules that can be interchanged with other things from the City line and most importantly from the Friends line, or first and foremost from the Friends line, because we already have more sets that have been coming out over the past couple years with that system. This has 3 minifigures in it and 1 small dog, and of course the car, which they call electric, and it has the smallest, simplest side build in the form of a goal, so you can play a little bit of soccer, or what most of the world calls football. The house has just the most inoffensive colors. You know, it fits into a modern setting, but it also fits into a more traditional setting, I think, where it'll feel just a little bit modernized. Got a nice greenhouse out here that's on an 8x8 base. The little flower box out front is actually its own module that can be pulled off to preserve that simple cube-based system. And you can also take the roof section here off as its own thing to give you a flat surface on top. This does have some plants growing up top just to, make better use of the space there. These windows are all able to open up with the nice diagonal frames there that work out well. Still has the full top on it too, and you can get in there and there's just a little spot where you can sit down and have a nice little breakfast or lunch on the outside and also pick some fresh vegetables. Now back here you could consider these to be just little buckets or temporary storage, but you could also consider them to be actual planter boxes, and then you can take vegetables out of those, and these are just a couple of root crops. There's also a mostly convincing tomato plant in there, although it doesn't have any leaves on it. At least it's easy enough to pick the fruit off. It's not so easy, however, to put these in their place or to pick them up. You kind of have to have small hands. It doesn't work so well for adult hands. You have to be very careful. And honestly, the best way to get them out is to just remove this entire module and just turn the whole thing upside down, spill them out. There's the front door, and the walkway up to that is an 8x8, just completely flat module. Over here, you've got the road plate in 8x16. So again, just sticking to that same system. And the carport over here has a charger inside of it. So they use those printed battery looking Octane Energy branded pieces in there. Nice to get these modified bricks in the medium nougat color. And up on top, there's just a little bit of vinage growing across the grating there, and this can also be removed to create a flat surface you can easily attach things to. Around the back, looking at the interior detail of the house, well, it's a little bit difficult to get in there, but you can see that there is a good amount of detail with a sink there. You've got pots and pans up on the wall. There's a stove here, which does overlap a little bit, slightly awkwardly, but makes ultimately good use of the space. A couple of drawers here that are accessible from the outside, or you can turn that around and have it accessible only from the inside. Little space to sit down here. Looks like I didn't push that down all the way. Just like a love seat is kind of the size and shape of that. There's also a refrigerator and another bit of storage, but to really get to that, I'm going to need to remove this upper level. Yeah, see, that both lets light in and allows me to get my fingers in there. So you've got the upper kind of pantry, which could also be seen as a freezer, but they actually put a couple of coffee mugs in there. So it's just storage, not cold. And this is one of the relatively new, taller cabinet pieces with the 2 shelves inside of it. 3 in total if you include the ground. They've just got some milk in there. Then over here is the bathroom. There's no door going to it because they've just kind of sliced through the house here on the back and the side. So you have to imagine there's another form of access, maybe a door right here. But yeah, that's really, really simple. There's not even a sink to wash your hands, but they got some stuff up on the wall in the form of a sticker, and there's also a shower. So there's the shower head, and you just have to imagine that there is a curtain that you can draw there as well. Putting the roof back on, you've got some solar panels here on one side. The other side is just flat, but there's really nice access for us huge figures to get our grubby hands into these spaces. So this is the kids' room over here. You got a lava lamp, game controller. The game is being played right there. Interesting. A little bit of fantasy, a little bit of RPG element. I wonder what that exactly represents. Then over here is the parents' bedroom with space for two of them to lay down, and phone is assumably on a charger over there, and they've just got a couple plants for decoration on the inside. To confirm how the modular system works, I just grabbed one of the elements from the downtown set that I reviewed, one that is relatively home-like. It's from the hotel there. Now this has a door in this space, so having a door directly, not even able to be opened is awkward. So I'm just gonna take this here. I believe this is gonna work. Take this off, swap this over here. Probably not OSHA compliant anymore. Probably need to put some handrails on here, but this is the general idea. This is something that you can do. Oh, will this one fit in this space? Not quite with that decorative element there. So I'm gonna have to offset it slightly. Yeah, just offset it by 1. And then I can still put the top floor on this as well. And I've just turned, I've basically just added an extra large bedroom to this space. Now, does that look amazing? Does that have the very best possible visual design and continuity, graphic, visually wise? No, but you know what? It plays really well because I have just added a floor to this space. And it doesn't leave an empty space in the downtown area because I can just move the roof down and still have it all covered up. So this is the power of the system. That easily you can very significantly customize a building, or you could just simply expand the yard and have the greenhouse be not attached to the house. The car is really simple. It's a car. 4+ studs wide, using pretty much the same system that we've had for quite some years in city, including that much used single chassis piece there. This is where you assumedly would attach your charger to if you want to use this as an electric car. Again, you don't need to, and this does hold only one person inside of it. Very simple. The puppy is criminally cute, not new to this set, but excellent. And the way that Lego works, I'm assuming that we will see this dog grown up in a future set. Of course, that future set will probably include the kid grown up as well. And maybe at least one of the parents here will have gray hair and just be older. That, I believe, is a new print. That's a pretty good generic design. It's not too casual. So I think it can be used in many contexts. It has a little bit of print around the back as well. The watering can is not new here. Just generally the print quality is about normal for Lego, at least the Lego that we get in North America, where white isn't quite white, and this is supposed to be what, light azure, light aqua, and then the yellow, just not as opaque as it should be. This is a brand new print, and against white they do just fine because it's super, super easy. So when they're lazy with their paint or ink application, they can still get a good result. They just need to do better in general, and there's what they look like underneath. Unfortunately, no alternate faces for any of these. These are the leftover pieces, and thankfully there are 2 extra tiles included to connect the road plate to other road plates. They have started including these after a lot of feedback from folks like us, Lego fans who want to be able to use the road system. It only costs them a fraction of a penny per set to include the spares that are needed to actually expand the system and connect to other things without requiring the customer, the fan, the person purchasing the sets, to then go to Bricklink or use the Pick-a-Brick system or something to get extra pieces. So good on Lego for finally listening to us and making a good customer-friendly change there. And then this is the sticker sheet. Again, this 462 piece set cost me $60 US, 60. It is 53 euros, weird number, 47 pounds UK, or 80 Canadian dollars, which equates to approximately 60 US dollars. And I think that this should be more like 50 tops. I would love to see it at 45, but I could see it being 50. It has some larger pieces and has some good mass. There's not a whole lot of detail in it. It builds up very very quickly. So just more based on the build experience, how quickly I got to this, you know, having top of mind what all is here, not just how much space it takes up in total, but what all went into it, makes me feel like I would like to see this a bit cheaper. So I would recommend, if you like this but you don't love it, just wait. Just wait for some discounts on it, or, you know, look around for some discounts. And if you are very, very fortunate to be able to get early on discounts, early in the life cycle of a product, excellent. Just remember, not everybody in the world does. As a matter of fact, many folks have to pay more than the numbers that I tend to quote. The only thing that I really don't like about this set, honestly, two nitpicks. One, with the soccer pitch over here, you've got no place to put the ball. The ball, like if there's just a larger plate used here, the ball could just be placed in some of the studs, so the ball just tends to always be rolling away. You got to put it over here instead. This is the tiniest thing, right? Also, the carport here is kind of connected into the main structure, so that makes it a little bit more difficult to fully take advantage of the modular system here. You have to take things apart a little bit to get this strip to be its own 8x16 thing that can be used elsewhere. Otherwise, oh yeah, and then I already showed you that finger access to the back of this is a little bit difficult. That could have been fixed by having at least one of these be an openable door. It would have been a little bit awkward, but something to get access there would be better for larger hands and for folks who don't have the finest manual dexterity or have shaky fingers, you know. All tiny nitpicks. Overall, the design here is nice, and we need more houses in city. How frequently do we get houses in city? Almost never. So more of this. If you like the thing, please wait for it to go on discount and then buy it. If you don't like it, don't buy it. But you know, I definitely want the message to get out there. If Lego fans want more basic domiciles, places to live for the minifigures, then speak with your wallets. Thank you very much for watching, though. I'll talk to you again soon.